What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party.
Peace and love, party people. It's the BKMC, the Talib Kweli. You are watching. See, I said that like DJ Envy.
Oh, no.
I don't know why I said the Talib Kweli like I'm a DJ. Shout out to Jasmin Leigh in the place to be. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Oh, like, dang, I was waiting for Clap for yourself. It's okay.
This is the People's Party, the world's best podcast.
Yes.
And we are going to have a great time today because I love talking to rappers, Jasmin.
I'm excited.
I love talking to real MCs with bars, Jasmin. And our guest today is a Bay Area sensation. He cut his teeth battling when he was still in grade school. Then he got a record deal. He got a couple record deals, but when he went independent, that's really when he started really exploring his greatness. He has been ghostwriting for people. We're gonna talk about that. The man is so good at ghostwriting, I heard that he even ghostwrites people's freestyles.
Wow.
He is one of the most talented MCs today. He's making a case for being one of the top tier lyricists rapping today. His album, Don't Run From Rap, that stands for Responsibilities and Principles, is an amazing album. His latest release is Results Take Time. He has singles, Serve and Birds in the Bando. These are must listens. The videos is crazy. But these singles, as good as they are, they don't begin to describe what this artist has really like bubbling. Conscious, forward-thinking, free.
Yes.
The young lion himself. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Symba in the place to be.
Well, brother.
What's up, bro?
Man.
How you feeling?
Talib lyrics stick to your ribs, I mean.
Hey.
What's happening?
That is my favorite CD that I play at the crib. What's
Come
up,
on,
Symba?
man. What's happening, brother?
Oh, man,
Good
you've
to
been
be
bubbling all through the pandemic. That ain't stop you.
Here. Yeah, nah, man. It turned me up a little bit.
I see that.
Yeah, it turned me up a little
Yes,
bit.
it
You
did, yes,
sitting
it did.
around doing nothing all day. You gotta figure out something to do.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. The first time first time you made my radar was the Funkmaster Flex freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people we have on the show, people who I've heard of before or have a relationship with, so it's different for me to be interviewing somebody. Like, that was the first time you made my radar.
Yeah.
And then they said, we're gonna interview Symba. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I Googled the name Symba,
Yeah.
because that's how I start, do my research.
Yeah.
And they said the Symba we're gonna interview, he had a viral moment
Yeah.
during the pandemic. So I'm like, okay. I Googled and I found the Symba that had a viral moment, and I went down a rabbit hole and I listened to all his music, but it wasn't you.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a whole different Symba.
Was it in some dude from Germany or something
Nah,
like
he's
that?
from London. He's born in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
He spells his name different. You spell with the Y. He stylized it with the number one.
Yeah.
But y'all are different. I mean, this is an Afrobeat,
I think I seen that. I think I seen it before.
Afrobeat artist from Zimbabwe. So shout out to Symba. I know a lot about your music.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll interview you.
Yeah.
But right now we got my man Symba from the Bay Area.
Come on,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
We in here.
Word up.
No, that's a crazy story.
So speaking of Symba, let's talk about your love for The Lion King as well as African names and greetings. Did Lion King open up the door for you for African culture?
No. You know what actually opened the door for me?
What?
Was what was his name in Boys in the Hood? The one that kept talking about going back to Africa.
Oh, Sharif.
Sharif.
What? Oh.
That was the first time I started looking into like, whoa, what's in Africa? Like, why you want to go over there? And I always had this perception of Africa because what they showed us on TV as kids was like all these young kids over there starving, black kids doing bad. And then when I started looking it up, seeing what it actually was, it's beautiful over there. Like, it's some of the best architecture. Like, they got good food, culture. I've never been over there, but from everything I see, it looks amazing.
See, that's what I'm saying. Sharif always fucking with us,
That's the
man.
point of characters like that. It's to make you think without realizing.
Sharif was fucking with the niggas.
That's what really put me on to it. But The Lion King, I did love that as a movie. That's where I got my name from. I used to always watch that movie as a kid. So my older cousins in the neighborhood would just always call me Lil Symba. So when I started rapping, that was a popular name I already had, so I just stuck with it. And as I got over, I dropped a little and continued to be Symba.
That question is hilarious to me because I just came back from Africa.
Yeah.
I just came back from Zanzibar.
How was it?
It's beautiful. I was in South Africa, Zanzibar, which is in Tanzania, where they have the Serengeti.
Yeah.
And that's where the Lion King takes place, right? That's where the animals was at. And so people go there to go on safari.
Wow.
But when you're there, people do say Hakuna Matata to each other.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And as Westerners,
You
we
wanna
are
sing the song?
institutionalized to just see it as a Disney product.
product,
But this is really
but
how
it's
people
really a
speak.
culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, enough about Disney. We gonna go back to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
From the East Bay, right?
Yes, sir.
You went to Berkeley High, right?
No, I went to Deer Valley.
Okay, Deer Valley.
Yeah, which is like 30 minutes from Berkeley.
Okay.
So we moved to this suburban area, like around 2005, I want to say 2006. The suburban area called Antioch allowed Section 8 to come in. And I was already living out there. My parents was heavy into real estate. And that basically brought in different people from San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley. So it kind of turned it to its own little ghetto. So I grew up out there. But a lot of people I knew from Berkeley lived out there. A lot of people I knew from living in Berkeley and living in Oakland lived out there. So we kind of all met back up out there, and it was cool, man. I really I got a lot of love for that area. I still go back a lot.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Now, your song, You Don't Know Me.
Yeah.
You're very honest in that song.
Yeah. Oh, you went back.
Oh, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
that's what we do in the People's Party.
Come on.
You detailed how your mother was a hustler before she was a real estate agent.
Yes.
You say you was born in jail.
Yeah, I was born in prison.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like a superhero origin story.
Yeah. I was born in jail, and my mom actually had me and then had to go right back. So I was with my auntie and my grandma
They raised you.
the first 2 years of my life. And then she came home, and we've been together ever since.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to my dudes. Now, your pops was killed
Yeah,
when you were
in
1 year
prison.
old.
Nah,
In prison.
My pops was killed when I was around 20, 21.
Oh, wow. I see.
Yeah.
I thought you were very young.
Nah, my dad went to prison when I was around 3 or 4.
Wow.
And then he was in there, and it's a crazy story because it was just like my dad had shot a cop, and the cop didn't die, but it was like something that happened later on in life, and the cop ended up, I guess, having a heart attack or something like that. So like the day after he had the heart attack, they like came and like grabbed my dad and like took him, and nobody's seen him since.
Wow.
And my grandpa had like a PI on it, like trying to figure out what was going on and what happened. They never released the autopsy, and one day my grandpa woke up dead in his car.
Wow.
You know, so I'm not saying it was nothing crazy. It was just, you know, I don't know what it was, but I never really got to know my dad. You know, we had phone conversations, but half of the time I was coming up, they told me he was at work.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Trying to protect you.
Yeah, but it kind of made me dislike him. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn, he'd rather work than be around me. Like, what job keep you for 4 years?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But really, he got 25 years in prison.
Wow.
And it has to be so hard for mothers because how do you decide what is appropriate to tell your young child?
Facts. It's a tough spot. Like, I don't blame my mom at all because it's like, I got a kid now. So it's like, that's not the best way probably to, I don't know, like break it to him. But
Yeah,
I feel like it's certain ways you can go about explaining the situation.
Yeah.
You know, rather than kind of giving it a lie, because a lie can create other thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, the lie is never, in my opinion, and people parent differently, and I can't judge anybody for how they choose to parent.
Yeah.
And God knows that I've told lies in my life too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
But
We all have.
At this point, a lie is not, in my opinion, was never the right way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's just you start to have to build more and more lies after that. But I mean, I imagine the toughest thing is figuring out when
To tell.
to share certain truths.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
And that's got to be really difficult.
Right.
For sure. Nah, it was definitely difficult, bro. Cause I used to always, like, I be telling this story all the time. I got a cousin that's in Portland, and I remember going to the NBA All-Star Weekend. Had came to the Bay in 2000, the year Vince Carter did the crazy dunk contest. Yeah, we was in the building.
Okay.
You know, we was outside back then.
Yeah.
No, my cousin's dad had took us, and after the dunk contest, he was like running down the players trying to get him an autograph. You feel me? And I'm like, damn, like I wish I had a dad to do that. You know what I mean? But it's like you grow up just learning to adjust.
Well, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And everything happens. Everything that's meant to be is, I truly believe.
Yeah. So true.
You spoke about this in depth on Better Days. off your newest project. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous record.
Thank you.
Shout out to DJ Drama.
Thank you, man.
DJ Drama is somebody who I've known since before I was famous.
Yeah.
He was there at the beginning of my career. He used to DJ for Bahamadia.
Okay.
And he would come from Philly. He would come from Philly to Brooklyn to the bookstore that I own. He used to have long dreadlocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
I remember he showed me an old picture of him with dreads.
Yeah, he used to be real underground. He used to wear like khakis and have a book bag and you know what I'm saying? Like a real backpacker.
Yeah.
But he flipped the script.
Was that around them Black Star days?
Yeah, that was a little before Black Star.
Okay.
I met Drama like 96, 97.
Okay.
How did you link up with Drama for this masterpiece and it's like, is it a Gangsta Grills or is it an album or is it both?
Still Grizzy.
It's kind of both. Mm-hmm. We talked last year about doing it, and it was like right before the Tyler thing happened. And I was like, yeah, I want to do this rap album with you and, you know, kind of have you host it.
You sound good on that album.
Yeah, it sounded real good. And I had played him a few records, and I just didn't like his reaction. He was moving and everything, but it wasn't the reaction I wanted. I'm like, this is DJ Drama. I grew up on them Jeezy tapes. I grew up on them dedications. Like, you know, them dedications 1, 2, and 3 is like when I first started going to the studio. So I'm like, okay, I'm learning from these mixtapes. So I'm like, now that I'm in here with them, I gotta show up. So a couple months went by, and I started. It took me some time because I was looking for like, what am I gonna say? Like, I have a hard time just saying nothing. Like, some people are great at making songs about nothing, and I have a hard time doing that.
That's that consciousness.
Yeah, I have a very hard time doing that, and I feel like if I ain't saying something, I'm doing a disservice, you know? So it kind of took me a minute to figure out what exactly I wanted to say. And I was in the studio with my homie, and I was complaining just on some bitch-ass shit, you know? Just complaining one day. He was like, man, bro, you worried about the wrong shit. You feel me? He was like, you looking for results. Results take time. And when he said it, I was like,
great advice.
That's what I need to talk about. I need to talk about everything I'm going through right now and how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And that's where the title came from. And from there, I just started writing ideas down like sacrifices and can't win for nothing, better days, blessings. Just these different ideas that come with representing results take time.
Yes, indeed. Definitely shout out to the Bay Area. It's responsible for so much good independent in particular.
For sure.
Art. Shout out to my man Big Vaughn.
Yeah, shout out Big Vaughn.
Yeah, I'm sure you've crossed paths with Vaughn.
Oh yeah. I just seen him somewhere. He came in and just tore the party down.
Oh, he's a great DJ,
Yeah,
one of my favorite
on it,
DJs. He's the DJ for Black Star as well.
Yeah.
On Overnight, off that project, you talk about Kennard telling you need this feature with Kafani.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was watching The Breakfast Club and you was like, oh, y'all don't even know who Kafani is. And I'm like, I know who Kafani is. You know, so I lived in the West Coast for like 10 years.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to me because even, you know, is it this album that you talk about? The Stack Hole situation?
Yeah.
Same album, right?
Yeah.
So you just airing people out, not in no disrespectful way, in my opinion, but just stating how you felt about the situation.
Because it's like when you on the come up, you gonna hear from these type of people. And my reason for saying it wasn't to like bash them, because I could have said harsher things. My reason for saying it was to let the person that's going through it know these type of people are gonna exist.
Follow your own path.
And they gonna discourage you, and they gonna tell you this and tell you that, but you might not have it figured out when they telling you it, so it sounds right, but it can discourage you. And it can make you want to stop doing something, but don't let it do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Continue to push through and continue to find a way. That's what it was overall to represent.
Yeah, I like the lyric. Today a rapper approached me and asked me to buy a shirt. He was dipped head to toe in Dior. Why the fuck would I want your merch?
Exactly. You're not wearing it.
That's a great lyric.
He ain't even wearing it. And that really happened, though.
I'm sure.
Like, it really happened. I was, I think I was in the Bay. I was in the Bay at a performance or something, and somebody had came up to me with some merch, and he had the Dior jacket on with the bucket hat and the Dior chucks and the belt and the backpack. You feel me? I'm like, this nigga fly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even thinking this nigga's selling merch.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And he like,
Selling merch to get his merch.
he like, yeah, bro, support the movement. This is my clothing line. So I'm like, why you ain't wearing it?
Right.
You feel me? He was like, what you mean? I'm like, why you ain't wearing it?
Because it's
Yeah.
itchy.
He was like, oh, I had to go somewhere today. I just threw this on. I'm like, bro, if you ain't wearing it, why would I want it?
I'm glad that you question him on the spot.
And I bet you he won't make that mistake again.
For sure.
Because he's wearing it right now.
For sure.
To bed.
I hope he is. Or
Dates,
you know,
club night.
That's really where it came from.
Let me shout out Mr. F.A.B Davis.
My big bro right there.
Friend of mine.
Yeah.
A few years back, I was in Oakland speaking at some sort of community activist thing.
Yeah.
You know, they brought Talib Kweli in, they had me speaking.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, and this is how I met Mr. F.A.B. He had that school bus record out at the time.
Yeah.
So remember how he used to dress when he had the school bus record out? Like that era of F.A.B.
He was on his hyphy shit.
The hyphy era.
Yeah.
And he was in the back the whole time. And I knew the record, but I didn't know what this artist looked like.
Yeah.
And he waited, everybody said they peace. And he raised his hand. He was like, yeah, I'm Mr. F.A.B. And everybody was like, oh, Mr. F.A.B is here.
Yeah.
And he was like, y'all have Talib Kweli out here, and that's dope. And I'm glad he's out here, but he's from the East Coast. There's no Bay Area artists in this room. He said, I came here, y'all didn't invite me to this. Y'all didn't even think to invite an artist like me. Y'all not checking for the hyphy artists, local artists. And he made an excellent point. And from then on, that's how I met him. So I always looked at him as like, a thought leader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say that he was telling them in that meeting how hard it is to get conscious lyrics off being from the Bay.
Bro.
So I wanted you to speak to that.
Man, shout out to F.A.B for that, man. That's exactly why F.A.B is who he is. He been a pillar in our community for a long time. He do a lot for the city, a lot of give backs, a lot of turkey drives, toy drives, take care of a lot of different communities. So shout out to him. But it's definitely tough, bro. I remember growing up having arguments with my friends because they would say Gucci Mane was a better rapper than Jay-Z. No offense to Gucci.
It depends. It's subjective of what you're listening for in your raps. But
But what it came down to is like rap started expanding, right? And it's like people in the streets had a voice, right? And sometimes the streets can overshadow other things that's going on in the community. So like, it's like when somebody get killed in the ghetto, like it's so dramatic, everything that's good that's going on gets overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough situation to be in, and especially from the Bay, we have a lack of infrastructure. So we don't have a lot of great studios. We don't have a lot of black media, a lot of podcasters, a lot of management, a lot of great producers. We got people that could make beats, but we ain't got producers. You know, it's a few out there. You know what I mean? But we ain't.
That's crazy because the Bay Area sound influenced so many different regions.
But if you peep it, and then when it influences it, when the other people get a hold of it, it becomes bigger.
Yeah.
Because they make it a better record.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So they able to take what we got going on, but it's like they polish it up and make it presentable for the universe to accept it, not just the Bay. Sometimes we get so caught up in just speaking for the Bay that we forget it's 50 other states out here.
It's like when Too Short moved to Atlanta and the records he was doing with Lil Jon. Those sound like Bay records.
Look at some of the biggest Bay records. What'd you say, Blow the Whistle?
Yeah.
Who produced that?
Lil Jon.
Tell Me When to Go.
Lil Jon.
Some of the biggest Bay Area records came from an Atlanta producer because he was able to understand what was going on and make it broad enough for the world. We need more of that in the Bay.
Yeah, man. Definitely shout out the groups who are a little older, but definitely put it down for the conscious movement in Bay Area, like the
for
Cool,
sure.
Bruce Riley, High Road, Zion I, Black Alicious,
Hell yeah.
Digital Underground. Every time I go to the Bay, I go and use High Road Studio in Oakland. But people always be like, "Oh, you going to that neighborhood?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like people just try to discourage me.
Yeah.
From going fucking with them.
Nah, it's crazy because it's like I feel like the generation before ours, it was like cool to be smart. And then it became cool to be a street nigga and a gangster. Like commercially cool, not just cool within the community. It became like a thing. And like I say, I think certain things get overshadowed because of what's quote unquote cool to what that environment is looking for at the time.
Right.
You know, so it's a tough spot because, you know, they still do a High Road Day every year.
I performed at it. It's one of my favorite things to perform at. It's an amazing event.
They still do it every year.
I just DJ'd the Hate Asbury Festival.
Okay.
Last week. It was a really good time.
Yeah. No, they be having some great festivals up there, for sure.
As I was telling you before we started, I absolutely love Results Take Time.
Okay.
And the fact that you say you need to do stuff that means something, as the person that's still in the beginning of my career, and like I feel like I've gotten to like the next step from just moving to LA, but that album like resonated so much with me. Like almost every song, especially the Can't Win for Nothing, like trying to pay your rent, and you come on, like I could just like it's just like, because it is very easy to just go and do the easy thing. I'm not going to say the wrong. It's so much temptation, and like putting in hard work and making sure your values are not tarnished and you're doing things that you want to do like that. It's going to take you longer.
For sure.
But your career will have more longevity. So thank you so much for that album.
No, I appreciate you, but I feel like that's who I made it for.
Yeah.
You know, is people that's in the beginning of they legend.
Right.
You know, it's like it's a long grind, and it don't come with a brochure. So nobody ever really give us like the proper answers. They just tell us keep going. But it's like they don't tell us like, nah, bro, it's gonna be like this. Like it's rough. Like this person ain't gonna believe. Your homie's gonna switch. Your girl might not make it. She might tell some people some shit about you that ain't even true. Your people gonna start talking about you. But it's like, you still gotta get there. You still gotta figure it out, not just for what the perception of people think of you, but for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
For what you promised to yourself that you wanted to do. So it's a process, and that's literally who I wanted to speak to, is people like yourself with this project. So
well,
I
did
appreciate
your
you
job.
saying that.
Never End Up Broke Part 2 featuring Pusha T. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that song. The song was produced by Dr. Dre. And how was that made? How did y'all come up? Because the beat gives me more of like early 2000s for sure. Not like now.
Yeah, nah. So Dre already had a verse on it. Like Dre had a verse on it. It was actually a song he was doing. And Joints had actually sent it to me, and I just started writing to it. So I sent it back with 2 verses to Joints. He was like, yo. He's like, we might gotta figure something out with this. He was like, this is crazy. And then I played it for Dre. He was just like, take it. You know, he was like, do what you want to do with it, take it. I ended up hitting Push, because I had a bunch of songs I kept sending Push in the beginning of like the pandemic. I feel like with being a writer and an artist, it's these spurts you go through where it's like you don't know what to say or what to do. And you looking for motivation and you looking for these moments to figure it out. And once you figure it out, everything start clicking. It just start hitting. And I feel like I was in that phase until I met him. And when I met him, it just started clicking. I need a song like this. Everything just started clicking. And then I was saying all that to say though, before I met Dre, the music I was making wasn't Results Take Time. So I was sending Push these records, and Push was like not really responding. Right. But it wasn't because he ain't rock with me. The records just wasn't good.
Right.
I didn't know what I wanted to do or what I was saying, you know, and he could sense that. So I felt like when I got Never End Up Broke, I was like, this the one to send him. This the one he gonna feel. Like I got it together with this one.
That's such an important point.
And I sent it to him.
That's such an important point, to make music because it needs to be made, not because you're trying to have a hot feature with this hot producer or whatever, hot artist. I feel like the fans really want to hear you and Push together.
For sure.
I'm glad you made that happen.
For sure.
And then the Never End Up Broke, it was part 1, right? What made you make this the same song?
I've just felt like, bro, we in this time today where it's like, you know how they used to say, like, once it's out, it's out? That don't exist no more.
Nope.
Right.
You could change it.
Do it again.
You know, you could do it again.
Flip it and bounce
I feel like sometimes
and
records,
invite them into the process.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes records be so good, streaming fuck up the discovery process of the listener finding it. So you'll have it out one way and they won't see it, but then if they see Pusha T on it, or they see something, ooh, let me see it, boom, they clicking it, but it's the same record. But now, it's like you got 2 records working for each other so people know it. You know what I mean? It's just bringing more awareness to it.
I had liked the first one, but when I heard this one, I was like, God damn, that's a record.
It's a possible part 3 we working on right now.
That's a record right there.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Forgive me ahead of time if I'm putting you in a difficult place, but your song GOAT is so good.
Oh, yeah.
And the lyrics is so important. I know sometimes MCs don't always know every lyric that they put on a record unless you out there performing it.
Yeah.
But can you do some of GOAT for us? Could you do kick some of them lyrics?
Yeah.
Because I think the people who watch this show need to hear some of them lyrics.
For sure.
Especially towards, I mean, and I'm gonna let you can you give us some of that song?
They ask, who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas? Aubrey Graham, Jermaine Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Weezy F, Eminem, or Tupac Shakur? Well, I think it's about time that I make a mention your boy. I ain't even dropped an album, I still ain't been on a tour. I ain't got no platinum records and I ain't won no awards. You know, you fight uphill battles while pushing the culture forward, and the shit they neglect you for make the legends respect you more. See, now the game is based off narratives and comparisons. Anything could be true if you get enough people sharing it. How could the facts be faced when this shit is opinion-based? Anyone could enter the race with a mic and an interface. That's why I think I'm the GOAT. I got the glow and the greatest flow. I inspired y'all to push more than dope. I gave you hope. Just because you rap like you woke don't mean you dope. You preaching to the choir about some shit we already know. Man, niggas broke. We ain't trying to hear all them Malcolm quotes. But if that's what floats your boat, don't let me sink your ship. It's hard enough to catch a wave while trying to anchor this shit. So look, what makes somebody the GOAT besides the world relating to everything that he wrote? You gotta keep a loaf while keeping culture afloat, and not just musically, I'm talking all inclusively. Endorsements, fashion, movie roles, to acting. To be a GOAT, you gotta be great outside of talent, and you can't act the of all time if it ain't classic. Most of your shit be passive. It's just a bunch of fucking captions. Shit, I guess I'm asking, how could somebody be the greatest of all time if LeBron never got to face MJ in his prime, or Montana never got to take the field versus time? If Mike Tyson never got to see Ali in his day, how could Floyd be the GOAT if he ain't see Sugar Ray? Imagine Rakim over 808s, or NBA Youngboy doing a song with Mace. That's why I feel like we should just end all of these debates, because everybody's a GOAT, because everyone made a way. This hip-hop shit made a way for us to be great. We no longer pushing weight, but we still fighting for fame.
That's right. It's bars.
And that's GOAT behavior. And you perform,
And then at the end of the song,
at
the end of the song, you bring in other people who are not MCs. You bring in, if you take care of the kids, nigga, you the GOAT.
Yeah.
If you old and you dope, my nigga, you the GOat.
See, that's why I felt like he was talking to me.
You ain't dying your ghetto.
Embrace it, Talib. Embrace it.
But it's like it's real, because think about how much you inspire, bro. How many GOATs you inspired. From
But
a
you
Black
inspire
Star.
me.
You know one of my favorite projects from you?
What?
Eardrums.
Oh, thank you, brother. That's one of my favorites,
That's
too.
one of my favorites from you.
Thank
like,
you.
that inspired me just on, like, learning rap hooks. You know what I mean? But it's like, think about all the greatness you inspired.
Well, see, when you say in the song, when you talk about, like, when you said, if you old and you dope, I felt that, because I'm like, yeah, I'm old and I'm still dope.
Yeah.
But when you said the part about being woke, and just because you spit and woke, that you know.
Yeah.
The challenge I have as an MC for my whole career is being dope.
Yeah.
Like I always say, people don't check for me because I talk about Malcolm X or because I'm spitting consciousness.
You dope.
There's a lot of MCs that do that and they not dope.
Bro, I
You know what I'm
hate
saying?
when I listen to a rapper and it's like they got all these like change the world lines, like, and it's just like this pro-black, just like we woke and the government needs to give us reparations and dedications for the aggregations and federations for segregations for all the Haitians and all the nations. And it just be like, bruh, you just rhyming a bunch of stuff. Like, you're not really saying nothing.
Right.
Right.
And it's like coming
and you
from
said
these...
it in the song, you're not saying nothing that we don't already know.
It's coming from these environments, bro. You know how many times we done seen a nigga like you? You know how many times
We
done
just talked
heard
about
this?
Sharif.
It's like, bro, we ain't trying to hear that today. We out here broke, bro.
Right.
We trying to get some money.
And so you tie it all together at the end, because what you're saying at the end is, let's move away from this win at all costs mentality. Let's move away from this competition mentality, because we should be pooling our resources. We should be lifting each other up instead of trying to tear each other down. It's such an amazing song, bro.
On Results Take Time, bro. It's a record called No Sleep. I heard the beat, right? I hated the beat. I took everything out of the beat and it was just the drums left. I had my producers come in and add all these like different sounds, right? I knew the energy I needed on there. The energy that made me want to make that song was this kid named I Don't Know Jeffrey, right? I could have went in there and tried to duplicate his energy. I couldn't do it. So I called Jeffrey to do it. You know what I mean? It's a balance, bro.
Right.
We all could he's good at that, I'm good at this. I don't gotta try to do what he do.
Right.
That's right.
Just cause I like what he do and I want people to like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, let me do what I do, he do what he do, and we could do it together.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for saying that.
Definitely. Roddy Rich is an artist that I feel like I want to know more about. I don't really know too much about him as an artist. I like everything that he's put out.
Great guy.
You know what I'm saying? And I like the record y'all got together too that never changed.
Nah, Roddy's great, man. I'm gonna actually break the news here. We actually just shot that video in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, we was just chilling the other day.
That's a jam too.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, we just shot the video. It was dope too because he's on tour, we was on tour, and he's on tour. So we kind of met each other in Atlanta at the same time to get the video done. But then we was able to go to his show. And it was dope for us because we doing smaller venues right now. We getting to see every night, okay, we gotta turn the house speakers down, we gotta turn the mics up, we talking to the PDs and everybody. Boom, we seeing what that's like for where we at, and everybody getting adjusted to it. So us as a team got to go see it on an arena scale. He on the road with Post Malone.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we looking at it from a perspective like, damn, okay, when we get here, that's gonna be bro we gonna be talking to.
Right.
He gonna be bringing this in, so we gotta get to see where it is we trying to go.
Yeah.
So
Smart.
I appreciate bro
teach
for that,
one.
because he always kind of like lend me that courtside seat to his success to kind of like warm me up for it, for real.
Yeah, shout out to Roddy Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the message in the end of the song. When I was broke, I was grinding. When I'm
Yeah.
rich, I'm grinding. Like, because it doesn't stop. You literally have to keep going.
Keep grinding.
And when you get in this industry, you realize that everybody has to keep looking for their next project. Like, even when you're in, it's not even like, oh, I can just chill.
Yeah.
On Results Take Time in the song Pendant,
Yeah.
is there anything you want to say about that friend?
Yeah, that was my guy. That was my guy right there. He'd probably be here if he was alive. But yeah, I had a friend, man. He actually, unfortunately, was killed in Atlanta. Just wrong place, wrong time situation. I felt like it happened like right as things start kind of like happening for me, you know? So it was just like, damn, damn, bro, I wish you was here.
Right.
You know, y'all got me about to cry and shit.
What if he
Thinking
was
about
a
this
like-
nigga, man. But it was like, it was like, I miss my dog.
It's a beautiful, beautiful record, bro.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
No doubt, no doubt, no
And
doubt.
he
Condolences,
probably
bro.
had a lot to do with that push, too. You know, sometimes you need people working from above to help that
Like
make
the
it to that
first
next
person
level.
that made me cry in the interview, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Me? You can't kick my ass. I'm a lady. It's all right.
Because I
Real
always
thugs
get
cry
to dodge
too.
that subject, and like you just kind of brought it up at the right time. So it's like I just start thinking about him, but
We
that's
appreciate you
love,
feeling
though.
comfortable enough and safe
thanks
enough
for sharing. It's a safe
to
space.
share
sure.
for real, bro.
For sure.
Because that's what your whole output is about. That like your
Yeah.
whole output is about not fronting
Yeah.
and not putting on no
No, you
airs.
can't, man.
Yeah.
You gotta
You know?
keep it real.
I was about to get you
See how black women get to your heart?
That's why we keep them around on this show.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make people cry.
Got to. Nah, that was my boy right there, though, man. Rest in peace, Bugzo.
Rest in peace.
That was my guy.
Yeah, rest in
man.
peace, the Bugs. So word is bond.
He was a great rapper, too. He was a phenomenal rapper. Great rapper.
Well, you just gotta go harder for him now.
That's what it's about, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, staying in it.
So let's go back to the Bay. You were known as a basketball player first, right?
Yeah,
And then you cheated on your SATs.
yeah.
And then they wouldn't let you play basketball.
Yeah,
no
I
more.
ain't passed clearinghouse
I think that's
rules.
fucked up. Because
Talib, you think a lot of shit's fucked up.
I mean,
Dude,
Talib,
and I'm very vocal
he
about
cheated. He cheated.
Why you think that's fucked
People
up?
can't be out here cheating and getting in the NBA.
You can't
like, and
just
then
cheat,
going-
you just
I guess so.
Getting rewarded.
You know what it is? This was high school, right?
Yes.
You know what it is? I think the way they treat the college basketball players is fucked up. And so I probably was thinking more along the college lines. But I guess in high school you kind
Yeah,
of just gotta
college,
get
I'm
to,
with you.
Yeah, college.
When
high
you
school
get
you gotta
in there,
get your grades.
See, I was
Yeah.
trying to get in there. I
Yeah.
wasn't even in there, and I was cheating. So you can't blame them.
You can't bring a
You know
cheater
what I'm
into
saying?
the establishment.
But I'm with you on once they get in there, the way they get. But that's changing now, because now they're able to get paid.
Yeah, that's what they should be
Yeah.
getting paid. Like that's
Able
the
to get
thing. I'm
paid.
like, what athletes bring to the schools, I think is undervalued.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's why my initial. I told you I'm always with the workers first.
Yeah.
I'm with the Disney employees and the cheating high school students.
But why did you feel the need? Like, why did you think you had to cheat? Like,
pressure.
was it your coach's pressure? Was it
Nah,
your?
just like So basically, I had this coach my junior year. He was just an asshole, right? Played in the NBA. He had like a 10-day contract or something like that. And he
I got the shade. I caught it.
Yeah. And he used to just like take his frustrations on his career out on us. Right? So we got into it. And then my junior year, I was like the most popular player on the team. And my junior year, we got into an argument. I was like, well, I ain't gonna play this season. Right? And I'm like the type of person to where it's like, you talk too much shit now. You got to stand on it. Like I ain't gonna walk it back. Once I say it, it's up. Like this is what it is, right?
Right.
So like 2-3 weeks go by, team losing. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, they can't win without me. Right? But I'm running around like slowly becoming a rapper, right? So I start losing interest in basketball. So my senior year, I came back to play. And like the first few games, I wasn't as sharp because I took a season off. So I felt like I had to get good scores on my SATs to get in a better college because I didn't ball out the way I wanted to my senior year. So that's where the pressure came from. Then I like knew this girl that was in there and I tried to switch. It was just a mess. I got caught. But they wanted me to go to like a junior college and play for a few years in a junior college. And I just lost interest by then. I was a rapper. Like, that's what I wanted to do now.
It happened to me too. I was real good at playing.
Player, Talib?
No, I was a baseball player.
Oh.
I was very good playing varsity.
Yeah.
And just the bars took over.
Yep.
It's just like I lost interest. I didn't want to go to practice.
Yep.
I was like just thinking about rap all day.
Yep. That's what it did for me. My junior year of becoming a rapper, when I'm back in practice my senior year, I'm like running liners rapping.
Right.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, can't wait for practice to be over so I could go to the studio.
I mean, look, and I play baseball, and I don't know how many people play baseball or on baseball teams, but baseball practice is boring.
See,
Well,
but
baseball
I
is
played
boring
outfield, too.
too.
that's why I was surprised. No, that's why I was
And I'm saying
surprised.
this as a fan of baseball.
That's why I was surprised when you said you played up to high school, because most black kids, we don't make it past middle school when it comes to baseball.
Yeah, and I had a racist coach as well, and I had like one of the kids had got sick or something, and he wouldn't let me play. I knew I was better. I was clearly better than everybody, but then I was able to show out because I had to sub in for one of the kids, and then I played the rest of that season.
Yeah.
But then I was kind of pissed.
That it took that from
Yeah,
me.
that took that long, and I was already into rap at that point.
It was over.
Yeah, it was over.
That's exactly how I felt about hoop, bro. So it was like,
Yeah.
it was either go to the junior college or figure out a way to be a rapper.
And junior college was just like frowned upon so much. And I wish I would have did junior college first.
The reason I didn't want to go to a junior college because I done pretty much lied to all my girlfriends my senior year, but I'm about to go to this college.
Oh, God.
I done told everybody I'm about to be a
That's why you
rapper.
had to cheat.
I'm finna go up. So I'm like, if I go to a junior college,
Yo,
I gotta see these same niggas from high school. Like
That
they
sound
gonna
like
be
Steve.
like, this nigga was bullshitting.
That sounds like the premise of like a teen comedy or something. You know, lie about where you're gonna go to college and you gotta fake it.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I can't go see it because the junior college they wanted me to go to, half my high school was going there. So it was gonna feel like I'm going to the 13th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even going to nothing new.
I want to shout out my man Chris Riggins from the Bay Area. He would
What up, Chris?
be upset if I did a whole show with an artist in the Bay Area and then shout him out. The Bay Area is known for its independence, is known for its revolutionary mind state.
Yeah.
You know, the Black Panthers and all that from the Bay Area. But it's also known for some pimp shit.
Yeah.
It's also known for some Max Julian. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, on two words, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On two words, you had the Max Julian song, and you're playing with this, right?
Yeah.
You're playing with the pimp player persona from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I feel like the independent nature somehow connects these worlds of like pimping and hoeing with the revolutionary world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But can you just speak about the dichotomy of
Hold on, break
of the
that
Bay?
down.
Just because pimps in black neighborhoods, let's be clear, I don't condone pimping.
Yeah.
All right? I want to be clear.
It was
State
just
that on the record.
non-funny way to say it, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
I don't condone pimping. I think it's terrible.
Do you
I
condone hoeing?
I don't
It's
slut
your
shame.
own body. You should be able to do whatever you want
Yeah, I
with
don't
it.
Why
slut
can't
shame.
a pimp do what he wants to do?
Because
pimp
you're
can, and-
controlling another woman's body.
Well, yeah, by the definition of what pimp is, not by how some pimp might define it, by the dictionary definition, I don't personally condone it.
Okay.
Right?
I'm with you, by the way.
Right.
Just, you know.
I don't judge pimp. I don't condone drug dealing either. I don't judge.
Yeah.
I don't judge people in our communities who are, and I feel like victims of our oppression. Clearly, everybody has to be accountable for their own. You're going to face your own karma, you're going to face your consequences.
Do you not condone drug dealing, or do you not condone certain types of drug dealing?
I'm talking about personally. I'm not talking about what somebody else would do.
So would you look at a person that sells crack and a person that sells weed in two different identities?
Yes.
I'm not judging that. I'm not.
You said yes?
Yes.
That's how most of us would look at it, because one's more...
One tears down communities and one does not.
But it's they both a drug dealer, right?
Well, legally by
one
the
is
definition.
now legal, but if you're thinking about when they weren't legal, most people try to make, it's kind of like making two villains and making one more moralized than the other.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I don't judge is because everyone's individual circumstance is different.
For sure.
I don't know what might have led somebody to feel like selling crack is their only option.
For sure.
You know, I talk about myself as an MC. 50 Cent has said that I was one of his favorite MCs. He did Double XL and he interviewed me, and people was very, very confused by that. He's like, well, I like the same type of stuff he likes. I like high-tech beats, and I like this and that. And I'm like, my parents is professors. His parents sold crack.
Yeah.
His parents was drug dealers.
Yeah.
So what environment did he grow up in that where it was normalized? Well, not only was it normalized, but it's looked at as you have to do this to survive.
Yeah.
You know, we had Crondon on here from the West Coast. Crondon was raised by people who sold crack.
Yeah.
And he said, in my household, he was like, I was raised to think that this was how I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, I judge people from where they're at now and where they're going more than I judge them for what they did in their past.
I fuck with that. I get exactly what you're saying, because, I mean, if we look at the situation that just happened with P&B Rock, right? It was a father and a son, right? So you could pretty much see the father was leading his son down a path that obviously he was a part of. You know what I mean? So I could definitely see what you're saying. I definitely understand.
Just to be clear, even though I do look at someone that sells crack and someone that sells weed differently, I'm not judging either one of their jobs either.
No, I'm not saying judging them, but by looking at them differently, you are kind of judging them.
I'm not saying, you asked me if I look at them as two different things.
But see, I wouldn't even judge you for looking at it two different ways, right? Because just like I wouldn't judge the experience of someone who sells crack, what if you were someone whose family was torn apart by crack?
For sure.
Right.
So how could I judge her from being like, nah, I don't fuck with people who sell crack?
But that's what I'm saying. It's tough to judge each one.
Right.
So, like, we gonna label them drug dealers. You gotta say, I don't fuck with no drug dealing. Not weed, not crack, not nothing.
Illegal drug dealing.
We can't just validate certain parts because one's less than the other. You know?
So for me to be clear, when I say I don't condone, I want to be clear that I'm saying personally. I'm saying for me personally, I don't feel like I need to do that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But the pimping, it developed, and the drug dealing developed because of lack of opportunity.
For sure.
And people wanting to be independent. You as a man, as a woman, you want to have some sort of agency over yourself. You want to be independent. And when we're shut out of the job market, drug dealing and pimping starts looking, especially between consenting adults, starts looking lucrative and attractive.
For sure.
And so the revolutionary mind state, like the Black Panthers and the activists, they are also trying to get free.
For sure.
Everybody trying to get free. Some people are like, well, the system pimps me, so I'm going to pimp the system.
For sure.
And some people are like, no, we got to destroy the system and create a new one.
For sure.
But I feel like the Bay Area has this unique independent thing where it's like you'll see revolutionary activists still yelling bitch over a Too Short record, where everybody still respects Short and E40 and what they represented, or what their especially earlier stuff represented. That's looked at as a part of the spirit of independence. Like there's not a lot of, it's very proletarian. It's not like judging people from where they at.
Nah, I get exactly what you're saying. No, it's definitely like that in the Bay Area. I feel like the Bay is like the one place, like we kind of say this all the time, the Bay is like the one place where like women be kind of raised to like take care of men. And I'm not saying take care of in like a nourishing sense. I'm saying it's like, y'all know like Build-A-Bear? The Bay is like build a nigga. It's like find the dude like I like, and I'm going to build him up into something that every woman around here want. You know, so even the females got a pimp mentality. So it ain't just a man. You know what I'm saying? The females is thinking this way. It's just how we is out there, you know? And that comes from what you're saying, a lack of opportunity. So we don't got infrastructure. We ain't got record labels. We ain't have all these different things. Too Short sold vinyl out the back of a trunk in the 80s. You know what I mean? We didn't have these things. We couldn't just go walk to Capitol Records or drive 30 minutes to Interscope. So we had to create a way, and our way was together. You know what I mean? So if the female had something going on, she was gonna turn a nigga up and put him on so he could put the next people on. And it was gonna continue to grow. Sometimes the streets get in the way, you know what I mean? And things happen and that detaches certain things, but it's just the mentality that's up there. Like we just all kind of like you said, had a lack of resources and we just figured out a way to get it on our own or with each other.
Now, around the time you were doing that album, or even...
What's that, 2 words?
Yeah, 2 words. Even before that album, your music, I feel like you were trying to make music for the city. You trying to like...
Yeah, I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
You're trying to turn up.
Yeah, it was more so like, in the Bay, we got like this culture to where like, just on the West in general, our music moved faster over here because it's rooted in funk. So it moves a lot faster. And me personally, I never gravitated to fast music. I always just was like, love soulful shit. You know, I never really gravitated to fast music. But living there, you get used to it.
Yeah.
And you going out every night and you going to school and you listening to what people playing, so you get used to it. So by being there, you naturally trying to get the people that's there. So you trying to make something that they could kind of move to. But that wasn't really what I was naturally good at. So I kind of had to learn how to move around. And that's where like leaving the Bay, I learned a lot more than I did when I was in the Bay.
Now, years later, you came back out with this Colin Kaepernick record.
Yeah.
Which is almost like you taking this experience from traveling and applying it to, it's a very Bay Area record because he was in the city at that time.
Sure.
And
For sure.
Can you describe that time when Kaepernick was going through all that?
That was like the height of like black people getting killed by cops, publicized.
Yeah.
Like, cops been killing black people for years. But this was like the first time where everybody was catching the shit on camera. Like, Rodney King got lucky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine Rodney King in today's era.
Right.
That shit would have been 80 different angles.
Right.
It was at that time where, you know, we got this thing where just cops is shooting us. We combative with them. It's just going back and forth. And I felt like wasn't nobody really saying nothing about it. You know, like we kind of just would all look over it. People would say certain lines. We wasn't addressing all we've come through to get to this, right? So if you look at it from the Panthers, that's why I start off with the Panthers. I'm from the Bay, right? So this is deeper than Kaepernick. It started for us over here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a walkthrough from the Panthers to this man just taking a knee and y'all still tripping about the same shit y'all was tripping on with the Panthers, and he taking a knee. He ain't even
he didn't show up at
even
the
shooting shit up.
State Capitol,
you know
with
what I'm saying?
No
He ain't
guns.
taking over no building.
Yeah.
He just took a knee.
Yeah.
And y'all complaining
Which is what
about
y'all
the
say
same
people should do, right?
Peaceful protesting.
Yeah.
facts. And that's really where the perspective of the record came from, for real, was to let people know, like, whether it was then or now, we all still Colin Kaepernick.
That's
like
right.
I was watching an interview on the plane on the way over here, and somebody was saying they was talking to Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan was saying he was talking to Muhammad Ali. They went to dinner, and he said Muhammad Ali was like, yeah, I got the championship, but I'm still a nigga. And he was like, he asked him something else, he'd be like, yeah, I'm still a nigga, though. And then Farrakhan was like, no, you more than a nigga, brother. Well, you know, we bigger. He's like, trying to talk to him righteousness. And then Farrakhan said it didn't hit him until he left the interview, and he thought about it. He said, damn, you could be the world champ, have millions of dollars, have everything you want in life, and they still gonna look at you like a nigga.
That's right. We see it over and over again.
No matter what. So that's really where that perspective from Colin Kaepernick came from, was like, from then to now, like, we still
great
going
record.
through the same shit.
Great record. Have you done Math Hoffa's show yet?
Nah, I want to do it.
Yeah, shout out to
I just
Math
watched
Hop.
Tony Yayo's interview.
Yo, that was wild. Tony Yayo's interview was wild. Tony
was a
Yayo's
good one.
animated like a motherfucker.
Yo,
Somebody
I
need to
rock
make
with
a cartoon
Yayo.
of that.
Shout out to Tony Yayo, man. He the realest. No,
Yeah,
I want to
man.
do it though. I rock with Math, man. I remember Math punching people in battle raps.
Yeah, he's come a long way.
Yeah.
But I did his show. We got it.
clips,
We
too.
talked about ghostwriting.
Yeah.
And I was with my man Seth Bird, and I feel like my take on ghostwriting is similar to yours.
Yeah.
I've never done it successfully. I've been in a couple sessions, but I ain't never done it successfully.
Yeah.
But you said on
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast.
where you was like, yo, I might use a ghostwriter.
I just talked to Quentin Miller last night.
Man, shout out to Quentin Miller.
And
He's a
what's
good dude.
crazy is, when I said that on the Breakfast Club, I actually talked to him the night before, and yesterday I talked to him again to let him know I was finna be back in LA today.
That's crazy. Because me and him was supposed to get it in too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, one thing I've never been adept at, never been like really strong at is writing hooks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, I need to hire Quentin Miller because he be giving niggas some shit.
Yeah. Nah, it's crazy because it's like I feel like rap has evolved, right? To where we not just in hip hop no more.
Right.
It's rap, right? And because it's evolved so much, it's like whoever kind of knows or got they hand on what's going on at the moment is like the person. So it's like you'll get like a Quentin Miller or whatever, right? And then everybody was talking about Quentin Miller. Now you got like Land Strip Chips and like Beams and like Voorhees and Fridays and like all these people that's been behind all these different type of rap records they singers. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's expanded so much to where the sounds change so fast. It's hard to kind of get a hold on one. So you gotta know like who's who and what they good at and what you need from them. Some people just going for a record. I'm not just going to Quentin Miller so we could make a record. I'm going because he might have an idea that might spark the record that's
Right.
representing what I'm trying to do. We not just going for, we need a radio song.
Right.
Or we need this. He might be thinking of something I'm not thinking about. Me and Kweli might get in the studio. He might say something that I never thought of, which comes to turn into a record
Right.
that changes everything for me. So for me, I'm big on like studio influence. Like I have
Creating the
like
right vibe.
I have like 12 people in my sessions.
I do
One
the same
person
thing.
would be like an Instagram influencer. Somebody would be a lyricist. Somebody do melody. Somebody do all kind of shit.
Yeah,
But
working by committee.
Yeah, and somebody might have the idea that
you
sparks
didn't have,
everything.
right.
Guess what? That's how the greats do it. That's
And-
how it's always been done.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I'm not a rapper. I can be if someone wants to ghostwrite for me, but I'm not. But
We got you.
the thing is, when people focus so much on the writing, it's like writing doesn't make you a star. You can literally write anything for anyone, and if they're not a star, they're not going to be able to put it on stage and perform it. So it's
That's
like
true, too.
there's literally like everything's not for everybody. So you can
sure.
have a master lyricist that is no one's ever going to want to watch on stage because they have no star quality. So why not put that together with someone that's already a star?
We
and
was just in the studio with somebody, I'm not gonna say the name. Me and my boy back there with the Giants hat on, right? Me and him both walked out the studio. He played this crazy fucking record, right? Me and him both walked out the studio and said, if Drake had that record, it'd be a #1 record. But if he puts it out the way that the artist has it, no one's gonna give a fuck.
You know what's crazy? I got a friend named, I'm not even gonna say the name.
I know dry
this friend
snitching
had
at the
this
people's
record.
party.
Yeah.
And this was like early days of Kanye, early before Get By, before his deal, early Kanye.
Yeah.
And he was just still making records for Rockefeller at this point.
Yeah.
And my friend played him this song, and Kanye was like, yo, that would be dope if you took you off it and put me on it. And this friend of mine never fucked with Kanye from back then. He was like, yo, I don't know why you fuck with that nigga. He's been mad about that since back then, but it speaks to what you were saying because he thinks like that.
Yeah.
He makes records by committee like that. And I think to Jasmine's point, it really depends on what you want to do. I mean, you got MF Doom, the supervillain, who doesn't want any fanfare, doesn't care about that. All he cares about is the bars.
Facts.
You got Black Thought from the Roots. All he cares about is the bars. And that put him in a position where, for years, no one gave him his respect because they were looking at the Roots as a group, and people didn't really understand how to separate what Black Thought was doing. Not that it should be separated, but he should get acclaim as one of the best MCs.
Yeah.
You know, even Funkmaster Flex. We're gonna talk about your Flex freestyle in a minute.
Sure.
But Flex called me after that Black Thought freestyle.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I just gotta apologize to y'all. I'm like, what? He was like, yo, I was not paying attention to what y'all was doing. I did not know that Black Thought could come like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Black Thought, yeah, maybe he didn't become a superstar, but he gets to teach at Harvard and he gets to do other things and he has a play. He got a play on Broadway right now, like with Bill T. Jones doing the choreography and, you know, like
See,
real shit.
I always say when white people colonized the world, one thing they forgot about is hip hop. They never imagined this shit.
I agree.
And that's why it's important for us to understand balance. Because with Black Thought teaching in college, you got a Sean Carter that made $1 billion.
That's right.
You got a Snoop Dogg that talked to the Crips, right?
That's
you
right.
got a Big U in the culture. You got all these different things that exist within the culture that allows us to get out of the streets.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why balance is very important. We need a Kweli the same way we need a DaBaby.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we all not the same person or living the same way as people. Everybody's different. It's different communities of people and they need soundtracks for what they go through.
That's right.
So my music, me personally, I don't want to hear me in the club. When I go to the club, I don't want to hear no fucking
I
Symba.
don't have my feelings.
It's
Nah,
crazy.
I want to hear Tell Dez make me some noodles.
Right.
Turn my young bitch to a shooter. I want to hear Future.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Who you
don't want
said
to
is your
hear me
favorite?
in the club. That's my favorite rapper.
Yeah, I've heard my songs in strip clubs before. It's not fun.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not fun
It's not
for me.
fun.
Sitting
for
there
me.
like, why am I here?
You know what
And
I'm
you know, I
saying?
DJ now too, so a lot of times when I DJ, especially if I get advertised as a DJ, people show up. Like people who come to see me DJ show up because they like my music.
Yeah.
They show up like, you not gonna play none of your records? I'm like, I didn't DJ to play my shit.
my shit.
I DJ to hear other people's shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I DJ like if I'm gonna play my shit, y'all gotta pay me a lot more money and give me a microphone.
Facts. Nah, real talk.
There
Real
won't be
talk.
no ass clapping in here.
Nah, but it's like,
Keep your ass cheeks together.
your
yo.
ass
it's like when
cheeks
somebody going to work. We was in Utah last night, and it was a bunch of girls running around, right? And my brother, he kept talking to the girls or whatever, and he was like, "What y'all doing tonight?" And he was like, "We got work in the morning." And he went to another one, and she was like, "What you doing tonight?" She's like, "I gotta go to work in the morning. I'm
Utah.
leaving." He said, "Man, oh y'all got fucking work in the morning." I said, "Bro,
That's what people do.
that's what people do."
LA, you got work.
Everybody ain't
in LA.
fucking out here getting a
Right.
club hosted on a Sunday.
We had
finna fly back to LA to go do an interview with Talib fucking Kweli.
Yo, we had Ron
You know what I'm
Funches,
saying?
People
the
in LA
comedian.
This
don't
shit
work.
ain't normal.
We had Ron Funches, comedian, and he said on here, and he said that his career started in his mind when he saw a Parliament Funkadelic concert. He said the concert was amazing, and he said he was smoking weed, he was high, it was beautiful, and everybody's drinking, a good time. He said they got on a bus and drove off, and he realized, he was like, they're gonna go do that again tomorrow. How can I get my life to where I do that again tomorrow? But speaking of Utah, man, be careful in Utah, because like when I used to tour a lot, I was in Utah. The first time I was in Utah, we had some girls backstage, like some Mormon type of white girls backstage, and the girl was like, "You just performed, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah, your name, where you get it from? It sounds like a sand nigger name."
Yeah, see, I think you was a part of that last generation Utah.
I thought
That was
they were
the
gonna
last
say, can we all
generation of
marry you?
Utah.
That's what I thought you were
Cause
going to
they
say.
this
said-
Utah,
They said,
oh,
that's,
this
she
new
said,
Utah turned up.
She said, that's a sand nigger name. I said, and she could
I
tell
don't
that I
even
was
know
upset.
if it's Utah. It's just Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City. This was Salt Lake. This is Salt Lake where I was
Okay,
at.
okay.
She could tell that I was upset by this comment, right? And she's like, "What? I'm not racist. I got a color TV."
No, she did not
She
tell him.
absolutely did.
Yeah, that's
No,
the last
she did not.
generation
Color
of Utah.
TV.
And I laughed because that was funny.
That's the
then I
last
kicked her the fuck
generation
out
of
my
Utah.
dressing room.
I would've
So you
tripped
gotta
her
you gotta
ass.
realize, right? You gotta realize what's happened is, right? People, like America only we talk about time like 247 years old, right? So it started off with just like white people just like colonizing the world, right? Just like taking advantage of some shit. So we still had to wait for like certain ideologies to die out. some of them ideologies and died out in Utah, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you
It's a
just
whole
came
new-
from Utah.
Yeah, it's a whole new generation in Utah now. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta give things time to die out. You just went you went a little earlier than me, that's all.
They don't call you sand niggers, and they all got 8 to 5s. They out there working.
got jobs now.
Yeah.
Shout out
we
to
ain't
Utah.
get called no N-words. Yeah.
Okay, so a couple years ago, I was in a meeting at this A&R's office.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, yo, my job at this point, he said, I spend all day, all I do is I scroll through TikTok videos. My entire job is just finding whatever the hottest thing is on TikTok. And then that's all I got to do. And you've spoken about your experience being signed to a label, being signed to Columbia, and how for the type of artist you were, they weren't really equipped or even interested in dealing with your type of music because they were trying to go for this TikTok vibe. So can you break down how TikTok is essentially the new radio?
So fucking crazy you said that, because sometimes when I'm getting asked a question, I be thinking about the answer while I'm getting asked the question. And one thing I was going to say is TikTok is like the new radio.
See?
So you just
right there.
You just said it. Nah, it's real, right? So if you look at all these different verticals, right, these different platforms, you get like a Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, right? TikTok has become something that's a national platform for everybody. So with the Instagram, you could live on a certain side of Instagram and only see what you want to see, right? So it's like, if I like a bunch of rappers' pictures on Instagram, all Instagram is gonna show me is a bunch of rappers.
That's right.
TikTok is gonna show you everything in chronological order. So it's for everybody. So certain videos you can't cuss, because certain songs you play on the radio, you need clean versions, right? Because everybody's looking.
Oh yeah, they take all my videos down off TikTok.
But you know what makes me mad though? It's like I'll post a freestyle with a few cuss words, and then it'll be like a little 12-year-old white girl.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like, I love dick.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, they just leave that up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the part I don't get.
A lot of black creators have been complaining about that.
Oh yeah, I had somebody.
That's the part. I literally posted my Funk Flex freestyle. It hit like 100,000 views, I want to say in like 6 minutes. They muted the audio.
That's what they do. I posted this racist dude that called me all types of niggas, nigga, monkey, this and that and this. There's a guy named Dane, that Danish guy who does like takedowns of racists on TikTok, and he made a video about this guy. He didn't use any profanity. He just, did the green screen, showed the language, and it was talking in front of it. So I reposted that, and they muted the audio.
Yeah, like that's the part that frustrates me about it, because it'd be like, as an artist, especially as an artist that's standing on music, I'm naturally not like leaning on social media to like make me acceptable as an artist, right? I'm leaning on my skills and my music. So when you try new things as an artist, like, all right, I'm about to figure out TikTok. I'm about to figure it out. And then you start doing it, and they mute the audio. You be like, see, this why I don't fuck with this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It make you that way. It make you like, damn, like, what is it? So it's a tough spot, but I definitely feel like it's the new radio, just because it's so national and everybody could use it. I know, like, right now, I wouldn't just want my son on Instagram, right? He's 3 years old. I wouldn't just want him on Twitter because of the availability and the access of certain things you could see. With TikTok, he could scroll all day and it's somebody his size doing a dance.
That's crazy, because my son be scrolling through TikTok too.
Yeah.
Because it's something they could relate to.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't want my son getting on Instagram just seeing one of the homies from the hood shooting at the ops in a rap video and just
Why
like,
are you following that?
it's like, it's like, I don't want him to see that. But that's kind of what's on other platforms. So TikTok is national for everybody. So I understand it, but it definitely be like a tough task as a rapper, because it's like, what, you just want me to put the instrumental up there?
Yeah, and then you had mentioned in one of the interviews about, like, because you don't make music that's going to go along with a TikTok dance.
Yeah.
And it's honestly not even just the music industry, because as far as comedians, it's the same thing. It's like, you have to be on TikTok. You have to be doing a little voiceovers or the little sketches or whatever have you. Like, but everyone's doing it. And you're like, I don't want to do the voiceovers or the sketches. But that's what they're pulling people from, is TikTok on all avenues.
But I think that's the importance of, like, never forgetting, like, the hand-to-hand word of mouth experience, right? It's because everybody's so focused on the internet, they still forgetting people got to go to work.
Right.
So it's like you could still pull up on people and talk to people. I just got off tour, y'all, like yesterday.
It was your first tour, right?
First tour ever.
Did you enjoy it?
Bro, the best experience ever.
Salt Lake
And
City.
Shout out to Joyner Lucas.
Yeah,
because Joyner like did some real nigga shit. I hear like all these like horrific tour stories about people going on tour with certain people and they don't get along and they be fighting and all this. Joyner like allowed us to like use like the video boards, the smoke machines, the lights, everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
A lot of headliners don't be on that.
Yeah, they don't be on that at all. So he kind of laid it out to where we was able to make our set look a lot bigger
dope.
than it actually was.
He comes from a different aesthetic, though. He doesn't come from like the industry.
For sure.
Aesthetic, yeah.
For sure. So that was a great experience because my first experience wasn't dealing with someone that was a diva.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
diva
Or
when it's
someone
a
that's
man.
like, oh, he's taking too much time. Or the crowd, like it was one night, I forgot where we was, but I got off stage and the crowd started chanting, Symba, Symba, Symba. And I walked by,
You did your job.
he was like, bro, go take the picture.
Yeah.
He's like, go out there and take pictures.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I'm
did your
saying? This
job.
is right before he's supposed to go on. So he allowed me to go out there and take pictures that's cutting into his time, you know what I mean, to gain new fans. So it was a great experience, bro. I don't know if it would have been that great if I didn't go out with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he made it great for us. But if it was probably somebody else, I wouldn't know what that would feel like. But for this one, it was a great experience. I got to see exactly like the type of people that listen to my music and know what they're listening for. So it was a great experience because now I'm like back home. I'm about to chill with my son for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And I got like all these thoughts in my head of like shit I seen on tour, the people react to with certain songs, and where I'm like, okay, I could do one about this, or I could try one. Like it's like being a comedian, right? It's like if you go try a joke somewhere and then you see it work, and like everywhere you go, you like, okay, let me tune it up like this a little bit and make it cool for everybody.
And you spoke about your son throughout the interview.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, how does he affect your output? And also, you talk about how hard it is, or if it's hard for you to balance your career and your son.
Yeah, I spoke on that. I spoke on that with my homie Lil Blood. He got a podcast.
Yeah, I
Shout
saw
out to
your
Lil
Instagram.
Blood from the Bay Area. But yeah, it's a tough thing because it's like you want to be like the perfect parent, but in order to be the perfect parent, you gotta go get up and do the work.
Right.
Right? Like you gotta go get money. You gotta provide for the fun. You gotta provide the house. You gotta provide the car. You gotta pay for school. My kid getting ready to go to private school. This shit is expensive.
Oh, yes.
It is fucking expensive. It's like having a whole nother house. You know? So where does that money come from? Right? My money comes from being on the road, being in the studio, working hard. You know, so this takes away time from him for me to allow this platform for him to be able to grow up in a safe environment. And sometimes by doing that, you miss certain things. You miss certain points to where they grow, certain words they may say, certain movements they might start making, new milestones they start achieving. You miss them because you so busy trying to provide for the milestones to continue to happen.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a tough battle. It's like a tough battle, but I think it really comes down to having a great understanding as parents. Once you have a kid, you gotta realize our personal feelings don't matter no more.
Right.
So all this like, you don't want me to see him because you feel some type of way about me. That shit gotta go out the fucking window because I gotta raise this little boy and you gotta raise this little boy. And our issues shouldn't fall on him.
That's right.
And sometimes that gets in the middle of shit and it makes it hard for people to be parents on both sides, the mom side and the dad side. But you gotta understand, it's like, it ain't about y'all no more, it's about the kid. So what understanding and what agreement can we come to make sure he's gonna or she's gonna always have this platform to be able to grow up and not go through the same bullshit we probably did.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm a single parent, so like, obviously I'm working and I miss stuff too. And then it's like times where, you know, she's going to the pumpkin patch and I want to be for every single thing. And I was like, oh, I can't go. My friend's like, you just went to a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
But you still feel like you're missing things.
You don't want to miss no moment.
Exactly. Are there any things that you say like, I have to make it, like I'm not gonna miss it?
Nah, because it's like, how great you want to be. Mm-hmm. Like, I just had to miss his birthday to go on tour.
Man, on your mixtape, I mean not mixtape, on the Results Take Time, Drama says that on the Sacrifices.
And it's crazy. Like, it's crazy he said that because my baby mom sent me a video of the birthday party, and I used that part to post. Oh. Like, sometimes I miss my kids' birthdays. Like, you really sacrifice things.
It was startling to hear Drama. That's why I was like, Drama really just be talking shit?
He did.
And then he had a vulnerable moment in the middle of talking shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like, Drama, that's some heartfelt shit from DJ Drama.
Real shit.
Yes, indeed. You just talked about how difficult it is to have a relationship and maintain family while he's trying to do this on Don't Run From Rap.
Can I get another Japanese whiskey?
Oh yeah,
we love Japanese whiskey.
My boy put me on the Japanese whiskey.
It's Suntory
I'm feeling
time.
the Japanese whiskey.
That's all we drink.
I'm feeling this interview as well, man. I've done a lot of interviews over the last 2 months, and I will say this is the most comfortable I've been.
Oh, that's beautiful,
welcome.
man. I'm glad you felt
I don't know if that's because I grew up on you, and
or
I
the
used to steal some of your cadences, or if it's the Japanese whiskey, but I think it's a combination of both, man.
No doubt. We appreciate you, man. We love having you here.
Definitely.
You were just talking about just the difficulty of relationships and don't run from rap.
Yeah.
Responsibilities and principles is so great. We Tried and Made For You.
Oh, man.
Those are like breakup songs, right?
Man.
I'm good at making those, by the way.
This man did his research. You know what's crazy? We Tried is so underrated.
It's a great song.
And that's what I mean by sometimes as like an artist, you don't have the like awareness for people to actually hear how good you are. Right? Because the world don't know you yet. So it's like, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. So it's like when you got a certain level of celebrity, it's like, I feel like once you make that first like real hit record, like I feel like I ain't made that first real hit record. I feel like when you first make that first real hit, it allows the world to know who you are. So now anytime you drop a record, people trust you because they know you made a hit before. So they want to listen to what you got going on. Sometimes as the artist that ain't made the hit yet, like you could have the hit and just not have the resources and platforming around it to make it be the hit to get people to know you.
Well, I think you do have a hit, but the hit has been redefined in this era.
Yeah.
It's like if TikTok is radio,
For sure.
then what's your hit record?
For sure.
Hit record is your Funk Flex freestyle
Facts.
or your LA Lakers freestyle.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Flex.
That's fucking crazy you say that. I just had that conversation with somebody yesterday. That's so crazy you say that because I just told him, I said, anytime I do, I was talking to Irv Gotti, right? And Irv Gotti had said some shit to me. And he was like, once you know what people come to you for, it's so easy to duplicate it. So I was telling them with the freestyles, I know why they like the freestyles. So with any platform, all I gotta do is watch the platform for a day or two. I'm gonna read through the comments. I'm gonna watch every freestyle. I'm gonna see everything that's missing, and then I add what's missing from that platform from what the people were saying.
So you address Flex directly because you like, this is what the people were saying in the
People
comments.
been talking about Tupac for years.
For years.
You can't say that, Flex.
Right, so you had to get up there and...
I had to be the one to say something.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
The freestyles are like state of the culture moments because I'm going to address everything that's said. So like the LA Leakers, I will never let a woman make me feel less of a man because I don't want to buy her a Birkin. So send me back to the streets. I send you back to your mama house. Happy hour, dining, free drinks, and back to your mama couch. That was the week Sweetie said, if he don't buy you a Birkin, send him back to the streets.
Right.
So you're writing your freestyles.
So it was a stand-up moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, it's crazy you say that because I was telling Irv, I'm like, I feel like the freestyles is like my versions of hit records, and I'm learning how to put those into music format.
And you know what you did that was impressive is that you made his platform your platform.
Yeah.
You know, I'm friends with Flex. I used to work with him.
Yeah.
And he had asked me, I did a freestyle with him years before they started really blowing up. And I really like mine. I go back and sometimes I post it just to remind people like, yo, 7 years ago, my freestyle was, you know what I'm saying?
I remember that joint. I watched it.
Yeah, I had a good time up there.
Yeah.
But Flex, during the pandemic, he said, come, right after the Black Thought one, he was hype. He was like, come up here and do one. I was like, first of all, if I'm not gonna come as hard as Black Thought, I don't need to be up there. You know what I'm saying? Secondly,
Bro.
and this goes to what you say all the time, right? if I'm writing that level of bars, why am I giving them out for free?
Bro, I go to these radio stations.
That's
go to
why I
these
had to apologize
podcasts.
before I asked you to do the song.
No, that was cool because that's something that's already out.
Right.
Bro, I go to these podcasts and go to these radio stations, and the first thing they say, let me get a freestyle, man.
Right.
Y'all don't realize that shit just not coming off the head like that.
Right.
This is a lot of thought that goes
That's
into
right.
this shit.
That's
so
right.
then it's certain...
A lot of labor.
Like, it was a certain DJ who got mad because his freestyle didn't go as viral as the Flex one.
Really?
But what I was...
That's interesting.
But what I
As
had
if
to
you
tell him
purposely
was...
did that.
That's interesting.
What I had to tell him was, you hit us 2 days prior, we gotta do it by this date. So I didn't have time. Like, I never said this and I'm gonna say it. I regret doing the BET Cypher for the Hip Hop Awards last year because I didn't have time to prepare. So somebody backed out last minute the night before. They hit me at 10 o'clock and said they want me on set by 4. So, you know us as rappers, when we think in Cypher, we think soul sample. So I got something for a soul sample. No, they send DJ Khaled every chance I get instrumental. I gotta make something for this.
You gotta write something to that.
So I wrote it, it was cool, the people gonna love it, but I know what I wanted to do there.
Right.
I know what I could have done there, and I didn't have the time to prepare to do that. So when I go to these stations and they ask for like the freestyles and it's like, bro, I need time to prepare these things, cause I'm a mathematician.
And you gotta roll it out like a single. You gotta roll it out like a moment.
It gotta be right. I gotta watch your platform. I was at a station in Dallas, and they was like, can we get a freestyle? I was like, I ain't watched the Cowboys enough this season.
See, what's funny about you saying that, I've been getting into battle rap. All my friends watch battle rap. They be on these caffeine apps and all that, right? Yeah. And it's like, it's too much for me to keep up.
Surf.
Right? It's too much for me to keep up. I don't know who the new hot, whatever. But people like, Sue Surf and people who keep coming out, their names resonate with me.
Yeah.
But I often think about an MC in my stature, like, could I do it? And I'm like, yeah, I got the skill level to do it. I don't got the time to do it. Because for me to feel like I could even approach being competitive on that, in that realm, that means I got to stop doing all of this and I just got to watch battle rap every day.
But see, the thing is, right, it's like, okay, those battles is like albums for us, right? The difference is with the album, we got to put production to it. We got to get it mixed. We got to think of a hook. We got to think of the rollout. We got to think of the identity of the project, how we want to release it, all these things, right? This shit takes time. And with battle rap, it's solely about the rap.
Yeah. To the point where they got to shush everybody. Just
imagine if we could just make an album with no beats.
Right.
We could write this shit in a week and a half, 2 weeks, because we know what we want to say.
Yeah, I feel like but I would have to put that time. I'd have to really study.
But I'm saying when you know what you want to say,
it comes
you don't
easier.
have to wait for the beat to say what you want to say. You could just write what you want to say, move on to the next one, write what you want to say. But when the beat plays into it and a hook plays into it and a possible feature, and you got to make this one cool for streaming.
And that's why it's so hard for battle rappers
things.
to then make records, right? So I'm gonna address this right now because a few episodes ago, we had Just Blaze on here.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how New Yorkers could be elitist sometimes in the way we talk about the other other states in the tri-state.
Yeah.
We'd be like, yeah, you bridge and tunnel, right? So we call people from Connecticut and New Jersey bridge and tunnel.
Yeah.
So offhandedly, I was like, yeah, fuck Connecticut, as a joke.
Yeah.
And Connecticut, especially rappers in Connecticut, got very upset because a lot of failed rappers look for chances to clout chase when they think, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of rappers started making little diss songs about me. So there's like a whole bunch of diss songs from Connecticut rappers about me, but I posted one on my Instagram today from a dude. And the reason I posted it is because he's dissing me, but he's reading the shit from his phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you just canceled your whole shit out.
Like, why didn't you take the
and
time
then
to
he's
memorize
dissing
it?
fitted hats because he's trying to get on the Kanye bandwagon, but he had a fitted hat on.
Facts.
I'm like, these niggas.
It's real. So it's like if you pay attention to like, did y'all see when Game brought me out? So Game had like this show for his Drillmatic album release, and he brought me out to do a freestyle. But the freestyle was catered to his career, right? But he hit me 8 days before. So I had time to really sit there and break it down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chuck, you did some amazing shit. The Doctor's Advocate documentary really changed shit. I really was able to break it down to where the crowd was like, oh shit. And it was a moment rather than me just coming out and saying some cool shit that rhyme.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'd rather make it a moment and take my time to really give flowers and give credit where credit is due.
I feel like what you did at the Flex freestyle, the way that you changed sort of the paradigm of what could be done in that space is similar to what Jadakiss did with verses.
Yeah.
Like everybody was doing verses a certain way, and Jadakiss is like, well, no, I'm gonna change it to make a suit to fit my band better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even like the whole Flex shit, right? I'm getting ready to go on Funkmaster Flex and freestyle. I grew up watching Funkmaster Flex freestyles. What the fuck am I gonna do
to make you stand out?
To stand out on this Funk Flex freestyle? I gotta watch Black Thought. I gotta watch Talib. I gotta watch Royce da 5'9". I gotta watch Freddie Gibbs. I gotta watch Meek Mill fresh out the prison going crazy. Fabio Foreign. I'm like, damn. Nobody ever brought up the Tupac shit. And being from the West, we love Pac. You know,
especially
Pac,
the Bay.
Yeah, Pac put
West
that
in general,
battery in our back. So I'm like, I gotta say something, but I can't just diss him and be disrespectful. This is a legend in the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is my OG. This is our peer. This is somebody that's allowed a platform for all of us to come up here and eat for years.
That's right.
Can't just diss this man. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put it in a way to where it was respectable and digestible for everybody to be like, I feel him. And Flex could feel like, nah, I feel you, but I ain't gonna say that no more. It's cool.
Right.
It's
I'm
cool.
sorry,
You know
I'm
what I'm
done.
saying? Yeah.
I'm done talking about Tupac.
Yeah.
See, Holden, let's state this for the record, that love is an action,
Yeah.
and holding our brothers accountable
Yeah.
publicly
Yeah.
is an action of love. It's not an action of hate.
Yeah.
So it's not you. That's what I'm saying. You didn't diss him. I don't feel like you dissed that quote. I don't feel like you dissed.
I didn't diss that quote.
I think you was just like, I'm holding you accountable for something you said that had an effect on me.
That's it.
And shout out to the homie Stat Quo, and shout out to
Shout out to Stat Quo.
Yeah, shout out to Funkmaster Flex, who I started my career with.
Yeah, for sure.
So I wanted to bring up something that I've noticed, because I'm sure everyone knows, but Dave Chappelle seems to be like the keeper of the next best thing, because he had
He has a
Coach
great ear.
Contra on his stage.
Yeah.
He had you at the Comedy Store. Talib on. Well, he was already where he was, but
It's
Dave
crazy
the
because I
Chappelle
used to
show
watch
opened
them
up more
Block
doors.
Party DVDs with
Yeah,
Talib
so-
on there. That's crazy.
What do you like? Let's talk about Dave and his breaking new voices in hip hop, and also if you can speak on your relationship.
I feel like with anybody that's done it at a high level for so many years, there's this certain awareness to when you know what something is. Like it's like the first time I heard Nipsey Hussle. Right? The first time I heard Nipsey Hussle, I was in a car and it was You Don't Got a Clue. You don't got a clue on what you want to do. I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm going to stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do.
It's poetry.
When you hear that shit, it just feel different.
Right.
It hit different. It just connect different. And I feel like with the greats, they know how to recognize that. Whether you in comedy, you in music, you in sports. And I feel like with Dave, it was shit. I got a homie that knows Dave that literally just texted him to freestyle. And he was like, who the fuck is this nigga? Who's this nigga?
Oh, you were
Tell
practicing your
this
day.
nigga to come to my show. I'm doing something with Netflix Friday, nigga. I need this nigga to pull up, nigga. I'm like, all right, bet.
See, you got comedy bars, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what it is with Dave. Like, comedy is set up, punchline, set up, punchline.
But how many
hip-hop.
times have you watched comedy and thought of raps?
Listen, Dave Chappelle in particular, comedy is all throughout my raps.
Yeah.
Like Half Baked and Killing Them Softly in particular influenced my bars in a lot of ways.
On Can't Win For Nothing, I say, my girlfriend mad because her homegirl got a purse. For Valentine's Day, all she got was dick and dessert. Louis Belt, which is my little brother, had a comedy show about 2 years ago. He says, I hate being broke, nigga. He said, I'm so broke, I can't even afford a flat. I be on the tire like, man, I be on the, he said I be on the freeway on the road like, man, let me go back home for my tire pop.
Right.
He said, I'll be taking my girl out for Valentine's Day like I could only afford dick and dessert. You know what I'm saying?
It's a punchline.
So I heard the line, I'm like, that's a fucking line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what Dave and his comedy friends say when they're around each other, when they come up with bars. They speak about it the same way we speak about it.
Yeah. Because it's all writing. It's all right in this perspective that connects to an audience.
Yeah.
So we all trying to connect to an audience, whether it's through making them laugh, making them cry, making them feel something musically. We all trying to connect to the audience.
Well, this has been amazing. What is next for Symba?
A lot, man. I feel like I'm somebody that lives in the future a lot. So sometimes I abandon the present.
Will I am?
So I'm trying to learn how to get better at that. I just got off this tour, and for the first time in my life, I was actually able to see a group of people recite my music and know my songs. So I think I want to focus on making some more music right now. But eventually I want to step into this TV and film space. I want to step into the sports space. I'm actually talking to a company right now about a show that introduces young athletes to the mainstream sports broadcasters to where they are able to get on their radar. You know what I mean? It may be an AAU team and a sixth grader, ninth grader, 10th grader, whatever it may be. But it's to introduce them into this space. I grew up watching athletes that had influence. I remember Allen Iverson coming through the tunnel with the armbands on and the headbands on. And as an artist with influence, we could share that influence with some of these young athletes that helps them build a platform, especially now that they're able to get paid today in high school. So the sports space is definitely something I'm looking to step into and possibly that becoming an agency one day. I got a lot of things I want to do, but for right now, I think it's just more music, you know? Yeah.
Well, as you said on GOAT, you can't be the GOAT if you just focus on just the rapping.
Yeah.
You got to step out and
You
do the rest
gotta do
of
it
it.
outside.
Yeah.
You gotta do it outside of the music. We seen 50 Cent. All I'm watching is 50 Cent TV shows right now. Hove did it in business. Joe Budden done it in podcasting. Talib Kweli, look at this. We right here.
You're right here.
Look at this shit.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You know what I'm saying?
People's
It's
Party
beautiful.
is happy to have Symba. Thank you so much for
Come
coming
on,
the
brother.
show. Thank you.